Elle est comme la vidéo. Elle est blinking.
Oh.
Elle va voir. Après, c'est nuit.
Where the
Kobagalo, solo solo matala, solo solo matala, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo solo matala, solo solo matala, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo solo matala, solo solo matala, solo solo matala, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, Gabriel, solo tiens donc Kobagalo, solo solo matala, solo solo matala. No le vamos. Mesa. Akubia mesa na kwano. Da kweneba. No no vamos no. Ikala. Bole amutu ota.
Ameke to harana jano pe akuno nkokura
Abotué d'appel au café. Bege combien là, j'ai beaucoup d'en. Pour le laisser là-bas, bouger, le cavale. Au moins, les motos, tout déjà. Que il va payer, il va bien gâter. Mais de là, au pied là. C'est. Oh, au pied là.
Don't you know your you better
Go back, Jamie. You look in a way. I try you. You're quite right. Mais il y a un petit pot là, sur les. Dans le bien sûr. Humokulo, mekula. Malo, les humoku. Ah, bon,
Ada comme la ville.
Avec
Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo solo matala,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala.
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala.
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala.
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo.
Usama Chelo Koga,
Usalo tiene don Kobagalo,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala,
Usama Chelo Koga,
solo matala. Hapana. No Alabama. Mesa, akubia mesa na kono. Dakbalaba. No Obama no. Ikawala. Bole amutu wata.
Ameke do harane jano pe akuno nkokura.
Abochuwe dakpal wakati. Bege kumia na Ewe Vodu. Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, Kazana. Omen lik mototo tisha. Kaya ba ko yung babya gata. Nadala do piena. Siya. Modo piena.
Tudo que nós já vamos, e agora eu
Ba jabe. Modo pile. Achayo. Yo
ganhamos
kwa
noa, né? Ganhamos está com areia, né, tirar.
Veya ti o po lalo. Sule. Dole ni sule. Humoku mikula. Malo le ye humoku. Abochu.
We're using one camera or two?
Yeah, using two cameras.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are. Good afternoon to you. This is so please, we are here to answer your questions, and please get your questions ready. Try to share this on your platforms and let other people also come to join us. Please prepare interesting questions so that I can answer them for you. Thank you very much. And don't forget, those of you who are, because of the COVID, everybody should make sure you wear your face and nose masks so that you can protect yourself from the virus. Thank you very much. And before I go on, I'm going to start with a short prayer to the ancestors, and then from there we will continue. Ago mauga subuli sa ago mauga kiti katamadu ago mauga ese joto amejoto ese enanu ame ese ete enu ame wamana bevi dokuno bevi Woman of you may be an doctor of you, or you may be an woman of you, will send you Popolipo. A senior man, you secular and glam, and you're at the pay. I will. May you shall have for us, you're better to go, you're sending for us, you're better to go. Yo miano so je anyi zuka kachikazi bosha dremia la faba nyango ni la pete wenya go do hono ni mayora kete wenya imba majo floro for claim do do kanya bi na teku etega o meyo abraxas meyo si andre ko do boyo andre ko veju no ko o beso to beso ka do na halo ko do meyo akai bejo kai mo kai kind of kind of kind of kind of kind of kind never had a door after the future was to do. Maybe no doubt how Baba will cap walk when you're Zambo, you have to job at Tamaku. A former violation for who don't make Kuku at all for when you have it, when you try among you to inquire the need payment, but all the two of them. Oman not a very catch of Patabay, have to move at your need of Patabia. Jopata, a trauma bedam or a family leading. Then I feel Jolo. Jopata, Tapamayo, Bon, you to away, but when it is Bolu, or Botulo, don't come near it is not clear. This Bolu, Ajima, or Botulo, Valentina Family, Alojo, I was a patemayo, I think a little of Bodu, laugh. Well, Brahim, your bob, Chimney, before you go for the table, the picture of Malcolm, that told him now. I talk of Spokumo, when I was over your phone call, that's in Amos if you see Jump, Abraham, your mamma, and put him back. Doria Ben Bepecuno, the Lahanani. Your Punya Celestine, Yawa could be a Katrina, could be a Funia, Sensico, the Funia, or Ben Akubia. Oh, by your a Kuba never and a good never man, Yahweh, Emily. And you may know when I'm a Kadam. Emea would not to you, but to you, your quickly has a conscience, but Boko adapt to Agovi, so far. You are at the Kutuman Fana, Bobure, Yono, Honura, Vapo. You are Boko Afachao, a joge. Mayo, Honore, Afega. Mayo, Toby, and Nanny to a Bono, and Nanny to Maha. Go to Nufiala, no petty, cordial, Agboda, Capital, and you say, Bueno, you're like that. May abotis akacho ababe adogo kotokoliro ko okunuma ku agbara nbe to bano lecho franta mani fifin ku abi sinkra o kofito jambaku o chon to akwi o cho he kofi atraba yo kable me yo go that. Mi awele emile umbuga ke mi le Facebook live wa me obete na kwa so ba pasi apa so ba jinje ala mesese agbediti ndi never know. Go. Because right, me do it. Me na queen agbe. The best agbe. Asibe agbe. If you remember GGM, ngwa agbe yi. Me yo le sron di me le sron po no po sron. Me yo le fidi me le fi po no po fi. Me yo le do di po no po do. Me yo la si chama le ta po no po tani. Me yo le sron me ta po no po sron no po tani. Me yo le do ta po no do na no po tani. Mi bona fi to me nyamo ko me no indelo. Dagbe. Mi obo ko me no indelo. Where do you go? People are saying no sound.
Yes, and we're checking it if it's fixed because we checked it out.
This is what I was saying, that you people should come and do these things before we start.
We actually.
And it was sound was correct. Are you sure that the camera is connected properly to the microphone?
Yes.
No, it's not showing. I'm not seeing anything showing on the screen. No, I mean, if I'm talking, if it's showing on the screen, how do I know? Hello? Hello? I can't, the mic doesn't sound like it's just okay now before it's coming. But then why do people don't have sound? It's working, but people are complaining they don't have sound. Okay, once again, I am saying good afternoon and good morning and good evening to you, wherever you may be in the world. We are having a Facebook Live streaming again on Revolution Question and Answer section. I'm your Bokor Christopher Voncujovi. I'm going to be your host today. So let's start with the greetings. Please get me the greetings and let me start reading the greetings and we'll go ahead. Okay, we are having on the Facebook. We have with Chris Thomas saying greetings, Papa. Greetings to you too, Chris. It's been a while. We haven't really spoken for a long time. How are you? Hope that you are doing well. Then I have a Roberta White said no sound or picture. Roberta, the engineers are working on it and they said now they have resolved the sound. So if you can hear us, please let us know. And then we have please be liking everybody's comment that came in. And then we have Queen Nikki saying greetings. Queen, greetings to you too. How are you? Move up, let's see. And then she also said no sound. But now I think the sound is working well. Then we have Ifamu Agun Jeon Christian. He said, wow. I don't know what the wow is, but Ifamu Agun, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then I have Anthony Olotu. Grand Rising and a wonderful day week to the wonderful Revolution team. Thank you very much, Anthony. We are very grateful that you join us this afternoon. Yeah. And then we have Solomon Boatin, Koku Boatin. There's Solomon Boatin. Greetings, Papa, and our beautiful family. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much, Solomon, for joining us this afternoon. People prepare your questions and let me try as much as possible to answer. And when I sit here, I sit in the name of the ancestors. I sit in the name of the Vodus that I work with. That's how, and most of the things you ask me, it's them who will talk to me and give me an answer to give you. So please, I am not on my own. And I also want to use this opportunity to let everybody know that recently we have been seeing a lot of people being scammed with our name. People say that they are working with African Magic Temple. I don't work with anybody anywhere, and no shrine anywhere in the world is working with me directly or affiliated with me, whereby they will do something in my name. If you see me go into any shrine and you see me there, then that is the time I go there to discuss things or do Facebook Live from there. Other than that, they don't represent me and they don't represent African Magic Temple anywhere. What you also know, that African Magic Temple has gotten its own telephone numbers and we have gotten our address. We always place our telephone numbers and our address on the Facebook and YouTube and what is it called this one?
YouTube and
Google, as well as the other one.
on the website too.
Yeah, I know. The things I'm talking about, the social media. We have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. We have our numbers and our addresses are on the Instagram as well as on Facebook and on YouTube and on our webpage. If anybody is using any other address or using any other name or any other telephone number that doesn't correspond with African Magic Temple numbers, please, we don't work with that person. We don't know them. We don't work with anybody. In fact, we are working here by ourselves. If anyone will communicate with you in the name of African Magic Temple, then it's my children, Senna and Pele, and the names will be definitely Voncujovi. Anyone who is communicating with you must be a Voncujovi, and you must find out whether that person is a real Voncujovi, unless the person is trying to imitate. Why I'm saying so, because recently, just 2 days ago or yesterday, I had these messages coming that people were telling others that they are working for African Magic Temple, and a lot of people are going towards them. The truth is that we at African Magic Temple, we are expensive. That is the fact. There's no two ways about it. We are expensive because the kind of knowledge we are sharing with you was bought with a lot of money. It wasn't a one-day journey. So if we are expensive, I believe we are justified. So if you come onto our page and you think that because we say that a reading is 150 US dollars for a reading, and someone tells you, or someone who commented on our page tells you that he or she could do it for $50 or $60, and he or she is working with us, and you go towards such a person, and then the person scam you, don't come back and blame African Magic Temple. You did not, or you do not contact us, you fall into a pit. It's your problem. It is not the problem of African Magic Temple. We've been trying as much as possible to let Facebook know people who are using our names and using my name in particular and my photographs, the profile pictures, that they are not us. But Facebook says that they don't see anything wrong with that. And then we have no choice. We can't do anything. We are at the mercy of Facebook. So since they are the administrators of Facebook and they don't see anything wrong with people using my name or people using my logo, or not my logo yet, but people using my African Magic Temple name and my videos and my profile pictures, what do you people think I can do? We have reported, we have complained many times. Facebook says that they don't see anything wrong with people stealing our identity. Of course, we are in Africa. We are not in Europe. We are not in Americas. We are not in the developed world, whereby we will have lawyers going to attack people. So maybe that's why I believe somebody, the children of that come to feel they were taking it serious. Well, no, we are Africans. We are nobodies. But the knowledge that I am sharing with you here is a very important knowledge. And of course, people are going to jump on it and use it to scam you. You should always remember that African Magic Temple Revolution, we have our telephone numbers, we have our own contact numbers, we have our address, we have our website. So if you come to our page or our streaming and you see people are commenting and started posting their programs on our listing, they are not us. Our programs carry African Magic Temple. Anybody who does not carry African Magic Temple and does not use African Magic Temple telephone numbers or contact numbers, email address, is not part of us. If you fall for them because you are looking for a cheap way, please don't complain to African Magic Temple. We are very bona fide and authentic shrine. We respect all of you, and we hope that all of you will respect us too. Not after you've been scammed and then you send a message that people are on our page are scamming people. There's nobody on my page that is scamming you, because my contact numbers are there. If you don't contact me and anything goes wrong with you, that is your palaver. Thank you very much. So let's continue with the answering section, question and answer section. So we are on YouTube now. We have live chat. Yeah, that's what we are doing now. We have Kojo Sergeant, WBAI. Good morning from Brooklyn, everybody. Thank you very much, Kojo Sergeant. We are very grateful to you, and good morning to you too. Then we have Mario Young from India saying, good evening, Daddy, and the AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. Then we have Irene Neo. Baba, we can hear you now. Thank you very much, Irene. And then we have Prince Giwa saying greetings to you. Greetings, thank you very much, Prince Giwa. I'm very grateful for all of you joining us this afternoon in Accra, from Africa Magic Temple. Saeed, please, this camera is disturbing my view from seeing the writings properly. So please move it back, take it away from here. let the Facebook questions and greetings come, please. Okay, get it from the correct place. Are we from here?
Yes, please.
Okay, Solomon Boatin said greetings already, and beautiful family. And the Omari Brown said blessed morning and guidance. Thank you very much, Mr. Omari. And then we have Shamba Musa Mohammed may say greetings, Papa Shamba. Greetings to you too, very much. Thank you very much for joining us. I think that's all for now.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I am here waiting for your questions, and those of you who are joining us, please send in your questions, and I'll try as much as possible to answer them for you. Today is the 7th of February, and we are into our fifth, is it the fifth or sixth? Our sixth, what do you call it? Streamlining for the year. So please send in beautiful questions and let us answer them for you. Then we have a Solomon Boatin again. African Magic Temple is very, very authentic and honest people. I can bet on it. Thank you very much, Solomon. I'm very grateful for that comment. Yeah. We have Telly Marie. Telly, sister, good afternoon, Baba. Hope you and your family are doing well. Yes, Telly, I'm very, very well, and hope you are. We are all well here, and we hope you are also fine wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you very much. Okay, I think Mario has come back with another question. Then I think Irene was saying good morning, Baba. Good morning, Irene. Thank you very much. You know, Irene in my Ewe language will call you Irene. That's how Ewe's will call Irene. I don't know, but that's how our people call Irene. We call Irene. So anyway, we have Mario. India saying, Daniel, what is the significance of using cockroaches and chameleons used while doing some rituals for people? In the case of chameleons, the name of chameleon in Ewe means licha. Some people say lecha, some people say lisa, or agama. That's it. Is inside that Mauga Sobo Lisa. What does that mean? The Lisa in this sense, which is the same name for chameleon, is that which is always changing. That is which is always creating something, and it is taking different forms. So chameleon in its the significance in using chameleon for rituals is for the ritual that is being done should be able to change the situation in which you were or you are before asking for the help of the ancestors or from the Voodoos or through rituals or through reading, so that your situation should change. So chameleons are used to bring changes, because chameleon by nature, it changes things, or it changes whatever it sees, it adopts. And if it doesn't like it, drops it and then adopts to what it likes. So that's why chameleons are used in some rituals, and especially for enhancing change, to bring change into your life. Change from the situation in which you were before seeking the help of the gods. And then, of course, when you come to cockroaches, it is not many rituals that cockroaches are used in that I am aware of. There is only one voodoo in my shrine that cockroach is the only animal that they kill for that voodoo. It doesn't eat blood. it takes a drink, okay, and take perfume oils and very beautiful smelling oils, but each animal that it demands is cockroach, and they use the cockroach for it. But other than that, I don't see cockroaches being used in any rituals. I'm not very much aware of that. Maybe it is done in other people's shrine, but in my shrine, we don't use cockroaches very much for any for rituals, except that if we are doing the ritual of this particular spirit that I'm talking about. Then we have, I hope, Mario, hope that is clear. And then we have Irene. Is it a taboo to service my ancestors when I'm bleeding? No. It's not a service. It's not a taboo to service your to give food or give prayers to your ancestors, because the point is that if you are in your menstrual cycle, so does that mean that you don't belong to your ancestors anymore? Ancestors were people who were alive at one time and they passed on. So why should they be angry if you are in your period when you are praying to them? No. Maybe the only thing that may not be a good or may be considered a taboo, but it depends on from shrine to shrine, is that there are certain voodoos that don't like, or there are certain, I would say certain voodoo or the deities who do not like when that a woman in her monthly cycle should approach them, because that is the time that the woman is most vulnerable, at the same time very powerful, and also at the same time cleansing themselves. So some of these voodoos do not want the person to a person in their monthly cycle, especially young women in their monthly cycles, to approach them, because either the voodoo will feel threatened, or the voodoo may act when the voodoo feels threatened, that maybe you are coming to touch it and remove, take the energy out. It may feel threatened and may act or react. So that's why it is advisable that sometimes maybe it is to voodoos, but to your ancestors, your bloodline. So you can always pray to your ancestors when you are in your monthly period. That's fine. It's only when you are approaching voodoo. Voodoos are different from ancestors. You should all be aware of this. Voodoo is not an ancestor. Your ancestors are the people who died, who are no more, but then they were on your bloodline. Thank you very much, Irene. Then SBGM. I don't know who called it. Okay, SB was saying GM. I think he or she is saying good morning. And then we have Mario again, and Young saying very crispy explanation, Daddy. Thank you very much, Mario. I'm very grateful to you. Let's go back to Facebook and see if we have anything. Everybody in the room, I say you should wear your nose masks, because we have people coming from outside. We are here, we are fine. But the people coming from outside, we don't know. So let us, why you are hiding the message?
Junk message. It's a junk message.
The person is putting an advert on the program, or just delete it. It's not even hiding. Just delete that message. We have to try that. People shouldn't use our. So people shouldn't be using us to scam others. If you want to put adverts, create your own space and put advert, not on our site. Then Mario Young again says, so does one need to tell the Bokor to use a chameleon to change their situation? Daddy, I know this is a vague question, but I'm sure you will give the right explanation. Sorry if it's confusing. No, it isn't confusing. It is not confusing at all, Mario. It is not you who will tell the Bokor to use chameleon to do things for you. When a reading is done for you, and it becomes necessary that the things that they have to do for you, the chameleon should be put into it. Yes, the Bokor will put the chameleon into it. But then there are certain things that you don't need to say it. The Bokor does not need to say it, but they are just things that if it is, then a chameleon must be part of it. So it is not you who tell the Bokor that they should use the chameleon. During your consultation with the Bokor or with the Huno or the Dushi, those people who are all of our Amagashi, or whatever you call the people who are in charge of spirits, when during that time, they will know when your situation is a situation that needed a chameleon to be used, they will definitely ask you to find one, whether live or dead, depending on what they want to do for you. They will use the chameleon. But it is not your place to tell the Huno. But you can still ask the Huno, I need something that can be, a chameleon can be used in preparing it. So because I want to change my situation. And if the Bokor is a very wise and a clever person, or who is a wise and a clever person, he may agree with you and ask you to look for one and then do the things for you. So thank you very much. And then we have Irene Neo again. Thank you for everything. Okay, thank you, Irene. I will be calling you Irene. I don't know whether in your language they call you Irene, but in my Ewe language they will call you Irene. Thank you very much. That's my sister's name, so I always call her Irene. Okay, and I have a SB again. Hello. I would like to ask about items left after we prepare a spiritual bath. What do we do with the leaves, grain, and coconuts after we have used them to make a spiritual bath? Is it okay to eat them? I think, SB, the best thing is that you should ask your teacher, the person who taught you how to use these things, or where you found this information. Those are the right person. If I understand your question, you mean those who are left after the rituals are done, means like you bought plenty and you use some. Okay, if you bought plenty and you use some and some remain, of course, if they are edible and obviously you should eat them. But the ones that were used in the spiritual bath, there are many ways of disposing them off. So you must ask the teacher who had taught you what to do or how to do that ritual. There are some rituals or ritual baths after bathing. You are asked to take all the herbs to a crossroad and throw it there so people can walk through, cars can walk through. There are some, they will ask you to burn them, dry them and burn them. There are some, they will just tell you to put them into the garbage. So each bath with its own thing. After doing it, they will tell you what to do. So if you are preparing a spiritual bath or someone is preparing a spiritual bath for you, make sure you do a background check or ask questions. What should I do with the items after I finish bathing? But I believe that the ones that you don't use and if they are still there, you can't throw them away. So they are good to be eaten, or you give them to other people if people need it. Thank you very much, Esmo. And then we have Mario Young again. So thanks that again, for explaining it more clearly. I understand it now. Thank you very much, Mario. Then we have Ish Wallach. Good evening, the great one. I want to know the meaning and number of Avia Magba used in Ewe. Avia, which is we in my area, we call it Avenya. Some people call it Amaka. Amagba. We have given a lot of this. We use it for cleansing. That's all that I know. It is used in preparing cleansing baths. And yeah, most of it, because one of the most powerful herbs used in cleansing. So, Avia Makba. So you see, the Ewe is very different. Some people say Amagba, and some people say Amakba. In my area, we say Amakba. We don't say Amagba. But then it's all Ewe. The dialects are many in Ewe. So when you are learning from Ewe teachers, you must really take your time because they may be talking about the same thing, but because the dialects look different, you may think they are different things. Thank you very much, Ish Wallach. Yeah. So where are we? Are we we're back to Facebook? Okay, then we have our big sister Yvonne Equia Mohammed. Blessings to you, Brother Christopher, and your family. Thank you. Blessings to you too, Yvonne. We are very grateful that you joined us. How are you and Shamba and Shamba's dad and Shamba's bigger brother? Thank you for taking good care of them. I wish you all well. May the ancestors continue blessing your family. Thank you very much. Then we have Martin Amewala. Greetings, Bokor and AMT. Please help explain the use of negotiation and spirit appeasement in Voodoo practice to help people who have been attacked by others, and also what other practices may be used to help people live more fruitful life. Thank you very much. Martin Amewala, it is not my place to explain to people how to appease spirit or not. If you know that spirit are attacking you, find out which spirit is attacking you through reading, and what the spirit that is the reason the spirit is attacking you. Then you will know what to do to appease the spirit. But what am I going to teach? Why should I start explaining about what is happening to you? Is it my problem? It's your problem. If you are being attacked and you don't want to find a way to find out what is happening and what is who or which spirit are attacking you and the reason why they are attacking you, then what is the appeasement for? You must first find out what is happening on you. And in finding out, you will also find a solution to how to avoid and to push away what is happening to you. It is not something people just talk generally by saying, if spirit is attacking you, you should wear peace. Do you even know the spirit that is attacking you? You must find out first what is happening to you. So people who feel threatened or being attacked by spirit, it is their own duty. It is their duty and their responsibility to find out what is happening on them. And when they found out, from there, they should be able to tell what to do about it. These spirits are not just generally to be in negotiation and appease them. There must be a reason. And when you don't know the reason, what negotiation do you have to do with what spirit? Do you even know the spirit before you are negotiating with the spirit? You must know what spirit is attacking you. And then if the spirit is looking for an appeasement or is looking for a negotiation. So, Martin, that's what it is. People who are attacked should look for ways to find out why they are attacked and what is attacking them. And then they will find a solution in that. Said, I think somebody kept calling me many times. So we will take this time rest. And if you can just send them a message that I am live. Then we have Annalisa Butici. I would like to know what is Florida water, why and how, move the scene up, why and how you use it, what is its story. This is Florida water. Maybe the camera can capture it. I think you can all see it. It's there. This is a bottle of a Florida water. Like any other perfume, oil, liquid, they are all used in spiritual practices. Florida water is not the only perfume water or perfume oil that is used. There is rose, there is bint el Sudan, there is 6 flowers, there is asaf, what do they call it? Dandwala, rose. There are so many. There is sandalwood. There is all kind of perfume oils and waters prepared, rose water and all this thing. They are all used in spiritual work, whichever way. They are all supposed to create a very beautiful environment, especially as far as the sense of smell is concerned, to create that environment which will attract spirits to come. And so when you are doing spiritual work, spirits will feel more comfortable. That's all that it is used for. We use it to clean our hands from time to time when we feel that we have dirt. Some people use it in their cleansing bath just to create that same sense of cleansing and having a sweet smell around them. That's all that I know about it. If you know or somebody told you anything else, I can also learn from that. But for me, that's all that I know so far. That's all I know so far. I think we are done with the Facebook for now. And then we have Ish Wallach again at the bottom. Ish Wallach, thanks the great one. I want to know the use of seawater time it is done. I don't know. For me, at my shrine, I don't take people to the sea to go and bath at any time for anything. I don't deal with manuata as people may deal with, and they will say, okay, you have to go to the sea. I don't deal with those kind of things. I'm sorry. There are certain things that I don't deal with. But that is what appeals to a lot of people or attract to a lot of people like manuata and all this. I don't deal with manuata. That doesn't mean I don't have spirits that are water-related spirits. I work with a lot of water-related spirits, but I don't have any manuata, and I don't deal in manuata, and I don't think I'm going to have any manuata to deal with in the future. One, I don't believe in them. I believe in water spirits, but what people call manuata as a listen, I don't believe in those things. I see them as another way of scamming people. I'm very sorry to say this, but that's how I feel. That's why I don't deal with manuata things at all. But I have water spirits that I work with, and I don't call them manuata. I was even telling you people that Akai is also a water spirit. I've worked with it for many, many years. I never call it manuata. I call it its name, and that's it. And I don't look at Akai as a manuata. That people may have manuata with some drawing with snake and all kind of things. I'm sorry. I don't know. And some people will even draw Hindu gods and goddesses and call them manuata. If you come to Africa, Ewe, where people teach about manuata, it is either the name is a Hindu goddess name or the name is an English name. So if we as Ewes, we are doing voodoo, so why should our manuata's name should not be in our local language? I'm sorry to say so, but that's what I have realized. That's why I don't deal in manuata. I deal with water spirits. I have many. When you go to my inner shrine, you'll see so many pots full of water. Each one is a spirit within that water. And I work with them, but I don't call them manuata. So, Wallach, I don't know. When you were talking about the use of seawater, just like we use the water from a hole in a tree. When rain falls, the water that gathers inside that tree trunk, we use water from the hole of a crab. When the crab lives inside the hole, the water will be fetched. We use the water of all kinds of different rivers because we believe that these rivers are having energies or spirits that are a throne. The most rivers in our language are a throne. They are all spiritually useful to the community in which the river passes. We believe that there is a particular spirit that is upon each river in its own location, and then the people from that area give that respect to that river. And they even have rituals and ceremonies that they do either once a year, twice a year, every Friday, every day, which the river spirit asks the people to do work for them. So for us, we have river water from different places, and the sea is also one big ocean that we believe that it has also got a spiritual power. And apart from that, the salt in the sea also is a healing thing. So people may fetch it and use it there. To say there is a time that you go there, a time you shouldn't go there. It depends on what you are doing. And whatever you are doing, that will determine what time to go to fetch the water and what time not to go and fetch the water. But then maybe people dealing in Manuata may be able to say may be able to say how they do manuata things. I don't do manuata things, so I don't. Yes, and then Aishwalak was saying, once again, can your ancestors chase you if you usually give them drinks and you stop suddenly? I don't know, because you must have a reason for stopping. And I believe strongly your ancestors will understand why you stop. So whether they will chase you, they will not chase you, I don't know. Then we have Mario Young saying, Daddy, when will you be going again to Bokombole's shrine? I like the session when you were there. Next time you are there, kindly show us some of the vodus he got. No problem. You see, Mario, I am a modern priest. If you come into my shrine, you don't see any statues or anything that is scary. And that doesn't mean that there are not vodus here. There are plenty vodus here. But when you enter into my shrine, you won't see any voodoo like those big things that our people have. For me, it is good to have those kind of voodoo too, but I don't think that's where I fall into. It is not how big the voodoo is that makes it to work. The voodoo can be as this, it has made millions, it has made a lot of life change. This is all that the size is. I can also choose to build it with a very big concrete to look like a giant with knives and everything to scare people. I'm not that kind of priest. I'm very sorry. But when next time we go to Bokombole's village, we will show to Bokombole's shrine. Of course, the camera will go around and you can see the ones that they have in there. But at my shrine, I don't have those kind of voodoo. Not that I don't have voodoos, but I don't make my voodoos to be scary. You can come into my house and drive over the voodoos that I have so powerful that you will not even notice that there is any voodoo here. But that doesn't matter. The one that we quite what do you call it? You can. People love to see those kind of scary things. I'm not fan of that. That's why I chose to vent my voodoos in a very simple way, and yet still they are very powerful for me. They had helped me for many years, and they have worked with me for many years. So I know how potent they are. They don't need to be very scary to be powerful. Thank you very much, Mary. And then we have a Christian Drowsy T. Greetings from London. Thank you very much, Mr. Drowsy. We are grateful for you joining us. Greetings to you too. We have again Omarin Brown. How important is the moon phases or planetary alignment? The importance of moon phases and planetary alignments are mostly in horoscope and in the Western horoscope and in the Hindu and Asian cosmologies. The Aves do not really do too much, or the voodoos that the Aves practice in West Africa is not too much of moon phases. Of course, we also sometimes say, oh, when the moon is new, you should go and do this. But that depends on that ritual. But generally, we have days within each month that are good days and are bad days. We follow that most of the time. But then it is not mostly of the moon phases that we follow. Moon phases is more of astrology. We are dealing with nature through herbs and things that we can easily touch here. That's how voodoo is done. Things that you can see, you can feel, you combine them, and you create a point for a spirit to come and work for you, or the spirit to come and partner with you and you work. That's what voodoo is. we deal with nature as we see it around us. More of a physical nature that we can see and touch and feel. That's why when you go to a voodoo priest or a voodoo bokor or voodoo huna, a voodoo doesn't have bokor, they have huna. A voodoo huna or hunagan, as people may call it, or hunagan, as people may call it in Haiti. When you go to a voodoo huna, he is going to tell you when he can do your work for you, and we will go and pick herbs and tell you, okay, this work should start around 12 midnight or early morning before you speak to anybody, or anytime that you are ready, I'll just do the work and that's it. You know, in astrology, we don't have possessions of spirits. We don't have possession of spirits. That as I know. But in voodoo, we can invoke energies that can possess a human being and now speak to the human being or prophesize or do things to that human being. Just like what these modern charismatic churches are doing, whereby people get possessed. It is all the base of our tradition. It is not anything more. It didn't come from outside. It's all the base of our tradition. But because these people choose to deceive their congregations and play games and take advantage of them, they tell them that our tradition is evil. They should be Christians and go to Israel. Meanwhile, all that they are doing at those churches are just traditional voodoo practices whereby people get possessed and hear things and say things and behave in some ways to prophesize to people. So the alignment of moon, planetary, and all this is not that much that I know of as in voodoo. Maybe some people who are teaching about moon phases and all this. I saw some on Facebook where people are teaching voodoo using moon phases and all this. Maybe that's what they were taught. My father didn't teach me that. And my father had lived for 120 something years before passing away from this world. And he had started practicing from the age of 4 years old, in the sense that his uncles and other people were already priests. So he, as a child, had seen, and could even he began seeing through the mirror and through the water and other things, when through the calabash and all that other things when he was quite young. That's why people could point out that he will become a great priest tomorrow. But I don't think he was using anything to do with moon phases or planetary alignment. A lot of time, people are just confusing everything together and calling it voodoo. I'm sorry to say that. People just confuse everything. Some people came into my WhatsApp today and saying that they say the Ewes are the true Israelites. Why do I have the true Hebrews? Why do I have to be a Hebrew before I worship God? I am an Ewe. The person who is teaching about those things, they should approach that thing for them to explain it to them how Ewes are Hebrews. Do you have to be a Hebrew to be able to talk to God? We are Ewes, and we know how to talk to God, and we know how to command nature to listen to us. Why do we have to be diminishing ourselves by saying we are Hebrews? Look at your face and look at the face of Hebrews and see whether you resemble each other. Let's go. And then that is Omari Brown. And then we are going to Darlington Reigns. I want to meet you personally. Mr. Darlington, we are always here at the shrine. If you book appointment with me and I am available, you will see me. Then we have Kwame Dunyo. I have always found strange items like sope, cowries, herbs in drinks, and life at 8.
A living real life.
A living?
And even in real life.
Even in real life.
Yes, please.
How can I get initiated as a voodoo priest? Because whatever I see in the spirit come live and real, and whatever I say come to pass. Oh, there are so many voodoo priests everywhere, my brother. Kwame Dunyo. Voodoo priests are everywhere. They are in your village. They are in everybody's village. You only need to approach them and tell them that you are interested in learning from them. And if they see you very capable, and they see that you are real, and they find you very realistic, they may agree to teach you. You are coming from Ewe land and you are asking this question, where can you find a Vodu priest? As if you don't know that they have Vodu priests in your village or in other places. Even people are coming all the way from America, Europe, Cuba, Japan, and other parts of the world, South America, coming to Africa to learn. And you who are Ewe man, you are saying, where can you find a priest? There are so many priests everywhere. I am not here to teach everybody. I am very selective of the teachers, students that I teach. So ask your village people. For sure, there will be a teacher there. Thank you very much for having me. Then we have Leslie Omar. Greetings, Papa. Papa, please, when going to get herbs for spiritual work, some place coins or cowries to pick them. What if you can't get the herbs and have to buy it? Will it work as the ones that you place the coins before picking it? Yes, they will work like that. You see, the reason why when we go to pick a herb and we place a cowrie, coin, or cornflower around the herb is to give respect to that herb. You pay homage to the herb by saying that, oh, you are the representation of God to me. Listen very carefully. You, this herb, you are the representation of God to me. And for this reason, I am coming to take you to come and work with you. And then I'm coming to take you to come and work with you. For this reason, I'm begging you, and I am begging you to use your power that God has given you to help me to achieve my aim. So you put a coin at the base of the head, or you put a cowrie. Sometimes you use a cornflower to put on the head, or make a circle around the head. That herb that you did that to, you don't pick that herb anymore because you have paid homage to that herb. You now go to another, you ask permission from this herb that, please, I would like you to open the doors for me so that I can pick your children so they can come with me and work with me for me to achieve my cause. And if you are very lucky and you do it well, by the time you move from that herb, you will see that same herb, you will see them many places in very many groups. That means the herb has given you permission. Then you pick them. As I said earlier, Voodoo is not a religion. It's a way of life, and the way of life of the Ewe people of West Africa. That's the way we live. We deal with nature. We try to create harmony between human beings and nature. So to even pick a herb, you are saluting the herb and paying homage to the herb. Not that plant as a whole, but the God-given energy and spirit behind that plant is what you are paying that homage to. Listen again. It is not the plant as a plant, but the God-given spirit and energy that is behind that plant before the plant can grow is what you are paying homage to. So you are not coming there just to destroy it, but you give respect. And that plant, the spirit behind the plant, will definitely follow you and work with you. So what about if you cannot get the plant to where you are, you don't have plants that you can go and pay homage to and plot them. And then you go to the botanica or go to the market and buy. Most of the time, the people who bring these herbs to the market to sell have some idea about the picking of herbs. So most of the time, they probably had already prayed before going into the forest or going into the savannah or into the bush to pick this. They also won't just go and pick them and bind them and come and sell. They probably pray to their ancestors or even pray to the spirit of the land before picking the herbs. So you can buy those in the market and use them and they work equally. Because I myself sometimes go to the market to buy herbs that I cannot find around me where I live in Accra. So I buy them and I use them and they work. So you too, you can buy them and they'll work equally for you. Thank you very much, Leslie. How is Singapore? Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Then we have my brother Eden Maube. Prince Eden, how are you? He said, greetings, sir. Thank you very much, Eden, for joining us. I'm very grateful to you. How is life? Are you back in Accra? Let me know. Thank you very much. And then we have what Ish Wallach. He put a. Oh, go. There's a question at the top. I don't know who was saying it there. Mario, Daddy, when will you? Okay, going to Bokor Shrine. We'll be going soon. And then we have Mario Young again. Oh no. That okay. Daddy, please, I didn't say anything to offend you. Forgive me if I said anything wrong. I'm not undermining your work. Oh, no. I'm just trying to explain that, see, there are certain shrines, because, we, most people, not we, not me, most people are used to seeing voodoos very big and a lot of oil on their head and kind of some voodoos even in some village. They make the voodoo to hold an axe and they put electronic and the voodoo do like this and everybody start bowing. So these are all not correct. But that's the way people are used to voodoo. So in that case, people want to see big voodoos. Then it is scary and people believe that because it is scary already you are afraid and you know that, oh, this thing should work. Apart from that, some of us, when you come into our shrines, there is nothing. You just walk, you drive car and everything, but that doesn't mean there is not anything. There are my house here, in my shrine here, most of my voodoos are underground. You don't see me mounting things on them. They are all underground. And even the voodoos that you see with the things mounted on them, the voodoo is underground. Because that one that is fixed onto it is just the image that the person wants to create. But the real voodoo is a combination of herbs that is usually buried underground before they mount the clay or concrete and everything. So my voodoos are all underground because I'm in a very small place in Accra. And if I'm going to mount every voodoo as it is not in the village where people have big space, where will cars park? Where will people come to visit me who want to talk to me? Where will they park? That means my whole house will be voodoo. You cannot drive through. So my voodoos are here, but all under. It's only when you see me praying, then you see that I go to certain spots and pray. Each spot that I go to pray, that's a voodoo there. That's why I pray there. But you won't come into this house and be looking at any real mounted thing. So you are not offending me in any way, Mario. I was just trying to explain because the way you say you wanted to see the kind of voodoos they have, because some people enjoy seeing those big ones. And there's nothing wrong in that. That is the way they were also taught. I was also taught in a different environment, so the way I do my spiritual work is also different. I learn from everybody. I go to Bokor Bullet's place. I could learn from them things that I don't know, and they know it. I learn from them. So yes, but I don't think I will be making any big voodoo like that, unless of course maybe when I create village my village in the future and I want to mount it. But I don't think that's my kind of spiritual work. I have my own way of doing my things. My things are working just like anybody else. Then we have David Mora Roberts. Hi from Costa Rica. David Mora Roberts. Camila from UWC 14 Costa Rica says hi. Hello, Camila. How are you? Thank you very much. Yeah, that means Costa Rica 2014 should be Sena's year group. Yes, thank you very much. This is Senator Voncujovi's father. But then the Revolution live session, question and answer session is Sena and Pele's creation. Thank you very much, Camila. Thank you for joining us. And then we have Ish Walok. Thanks, the great one. Today I will disturb you. What is the use of the sobe? The sobe herb is used for cleansing. The sobe is also used in close to spirit. If you are doing something and you don't want another spirit that you don't want to come into the ritual, you close the gate with that herb. The sombe herb is used mostly when we are working with ancestors, not necessarily spirit, mostly when we are working with ancestors. The ancestors are dead people who are on our bloodline or who were on our bloodline or whose bloodline on which we are died. We call them ancestors. And when we are feeding the ancestors, sometimes we don't want any other energy from anywhere to come and join and disturb and pretend to be ancestor. This, we use the sombe. We call it sombe. Some people say area in our Ewe, the dialect I speak, we call it sombe. Then that herb is used. It is also used as one of the herbs in Afa, like Afa herbs. So it is also used inside, what do you call it, bathing and preparing a bath. And it's also, I think it's also used as a hebiaso, like the word so, which means hebiaso or thunder god. It's also a herb connected to the thunder god, so that's why it's called sobe or sombe, as people may call it in my area. So it is mostly to use in. It's also a herb that protects. People grow it in front of their house or in a garden around to protect negative energies from entering into their vicinity or into their areas. So for ancestral work, we use the sobe or sombe, as it's called in my area, to use to block the door to the ancestral shrine, so that any other spirit that is not invited cannot enter into the shrine. And there's a special way of putting the herbs that create that barrier for spirits not to cross. Thank you very much, Ishwalok. I hope that that one explains it. And then again, Ishwalok is again coming with another question, the great one. Does it mean the herb that you circle with corn flour is not the right herb? I wish if you can go over once again. I'm not teaching these things to you so that you don't come and learn before you start doing it. You should be very careful with voodoo work. But if some of you are on the internet or on social media and I'm teaching, and then all of a sudden you yourself, you become teachers afterwards, and without taking any initiation, without taking any proper instruction, when you fall into trouble, don't say that you learned from me, because you didn't. I am only answering questions here. If I'm going to teach you to become a priest, I'm going to teach you to be doing things that I know what to do for you before that doors will open. Because a lot of people want to be priests, but they are not ready to go in to learn to become a priest. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just answering general questions on voodoo here. So if you want to learn about how to do these things, come to the shrine and have a personal consultation. If you need to be initiated before you do these things, and you do. You don't stay outside and ask questions and tomorrow you call yourself a priest. I'm sorry, Mr. Ishiwalok. Let's go somewhere else. Because I noticed that you are just driving into that and write this thing down. Tomorrow you start telling people you are a priest. That's why I am cautioning you. I'm not here to teach people, and you make mistakes and you tell lies to people that you learn from me. Then we have a promise, no pay do a hot top. Father, why can't we pick the exact herb that we place coin, salt? We place coin, salt, or corn flour under for spiritual purpose. As I explained earlier, I said that you are paying homage to that particular herb by telling the herb that to you, that particular herb you are meeting, there are thousands of that same herb in the forest, but the one you are doing the ceremony for, you are paying homage to that herb by saying that to me, you represent the Spirit of God. To me, that's why I am respecting you. And I'm also explaining that it is not that stock of herb that you are paying homage or respect to, but the Spirit of God that is behind that herb. Because in Voodoo, it is believed that everything has a spirit. Even stones have a spirit. They have a spirit behind it. That's why you can take a stone. For instance, there is a stone we call liha. Saida is it called in English? That stone which is rough, it's like a limestone. Is that what they call it? No, not limestone. Is that red stone? The one we use to bury in the ground. Okay, I don't know the English name. I'm not Englishman. It's called liha in my language. It's called liha. That stone does a lot of wonderful things. It's just a stone. If you see it, it's not anything. But once somebody brings it and know what to do with it, it becomes a powerful thing. And if you joke with it, it will kill you. And that's the same way that same stone can bring life to you and change the situation in which you are. So in Voodoo, everything in nature is believed to have a spirit behind it. And when you know the secret of how to invoke that spirit behind the object becomes something very relevant to you and very useful to you. That's why Voodoo is a way of life. If you know about nature and live in harmony with nature, nature will repay you and do things back to you and serve you. So, promise no pedu. That's what it is. So, the herb that you pray to, because you are respecting that, you are respecting it because of the Spirit of God in it, it should now allow you to take some of its children to bring home for a work. You have even sometimes you go to the toilet, the pit toilet, where everybody goes to defecate. Okay, where everybody go to defecate, but you can go to that same toilet and pray to the toilet, say certain words, drop a coin, and take something from the back of the toilet and bring home, and it becomes a spiritual weapon for you. So there are so much in it, and then that is it. So we go to Leslie again. Thank you, Daddy. Daddy, do you pour libation to the herbs you bought before using it, or you can use it straight away? Or Leslie, I don't pour libation to them, but when I put them all together and for what purpose I'm going to do, I usually will pour libation when I start the spiritual process. But I don't pour libation to them individually. Sometimes I may call their secret names individually just to let them know that I am coming to work with them. But then I don't pour libation for each one, and I just put them together. And when I'm about to start my visit, I pour libation and call their names again. And then if I need to kill animal for them, I do. And then we have Caddy Fisher say, we miss Bokor Bullet, his family. Yes, Caddy, we all miss Bokor Bullet. He's at home, and we've been trying as much as possible to contact him so that we can continue working with him together. But it seems like he has his own things to do. And when we call him, sometimes he responds, sometimes he doesn't. And it seems like that's how it is for now. You cannot force people to do what they don't want to do. That's the real fact. Bokor had worked with me for almost 2 years, and he taught me certain things. I also taught him things. We exchanged ideas. His father was my teacher, especially the teacher of my children in Afa, because I am doing mostly Vodu, and I am even though I am initiated into Fa, but I am not as experienced as they were, because they were brought up from childhood with Fa. My grandfather didn't do Fa. My biological grandfather did, but I was too young to learn anything. And my teacher who taught me did not do Fa directly. He was doing Vodu. That's why my shrine is Ewe Vodu. We use Fa, Ifa as it's called in Yoruba, to find a way around Vodu. So I am doing Vodu, and Bokor also they do Vodu, but then they have Fa. So this is where we were collaborating with him, but I don't know, I can't tell. Maybe because when he also set up his shrine, now after working with me for some time, he set up his own shrine, and I have been to that shrine, I think 2 times, to also grace and then support his cause. But it seems like people, mostly people on the net, are trying to create a kind of a competition, as if myself and Bokor are competing spaces. I don't compete with people. I've been in this work for over 40 years, and this is how I do my work. And I have had so many people who have collaborated with me many times, and I work with them. Some left, some still work with me. So Bokor Bullet, yes, we all miss him. We may be going to his village or his shrine one of these days when we have the chance. But then I'm not here competing with anybody, because I have been doing my thing long before I met Bokor Bullet. His work or his collaboration with me had actually given us a lot of new ideas to how to do this Voodoo work. Mind you, I lived my life outside Ghana for a very long time abroad, and I have been doing this thing over there. But then when I came back home and my old man taught me a lot about it, I got what he taught me, and I'm dealing with that. But then, as a wise person, I need to learn again more if I want to keep my tradition. If I want to keep my shrine, I need to learn more from other people whose ancestors also had been in this for a long time. So for this, I collaborate with a lot of people, but I don't force people to work with me if you don't feel like working with me. And if people don't feel like working with me, doesn't mean I cannot do my own work. I can do my own work, and I can also still look for other people to collaborate with if I think that I need to learn something from them. So Bokor Bullet is in this, and I think I've been trying to call him many times. Sometimes he will respond. I try many times to send him messages. Sometimes he will respond. But I personally don't have anything that I did against him whereby it should be like that. Maybe it will be more well known to him than to me. If he has told me that, oh, you did this, you did that, we could iron it out to understand. But since his father's sickness, it has been like that. He couldn't come until now. So, but then I try to go there when I have the time, and we will still go there when we have the time. So that's it. I'm not having competition with anybody at all. Okay. And then Kani, so that is it. So we have Pakasi Ening. Good afternoon, Papa. Good afternoon, Gabriel. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, let's go over other. Then we have Linda Thomas Jones. We are talking to Mama Fassi. Just greetings today, and once again, thank you for the teaching. And thank you very much, Mama Fassi. We are very grateful that you join us this afternoon. Yes, then we go to Ishwalok. In form of sedimentary rock, Yes, it is a sedimentary rock. Yeah. Then we have Linda Thomas again, but then the message was recorded. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody who is joining us this afternoon from wherever. I think I will have to go over Kadi's question that she asked. You see, sometimes when you are in this field, a lot of people try to create competitiveness by seeing you, and then they think that you working with someone is so good. The same very people will start telling that other person, oh, you cannot always be working with this person, you should also be on your own. It's very common in this our business, and these things happen. And then if you are not matured, you will not go through the proper process of separation. I am grown. I have been doing this work, if I am not lying to myself, almost 40 years. And a lot of people are not yet even 40 years. So how can I compete with them? So I do my things my way. And this is how I have been doing for ages. And maybe that's how I'll continue doing my things. It is me who brought Bokor in to work with me. But I'm not the one who told him not to work with me. Okay. Let's go. We have Linda Thomas again. You also do readings through Vodu? Yes, of course I do. We do readings through Vodu. That's why the mirror is here. We do readings through Vodu. That's why the mirror is here. And Akai also does reading without using Afa. There are so many other methods. I have crystal ball who are used to do reading without Afa. But because Afa is something that I had gotten, and I don't want to be left out, because there are certain shrines you go, they'll be doing certain rituals. They say, oh, this is Afa ritual, and you are not Afa initiate, you cannot enter. For this reason, I became interested in Fa in order to get my way through, so that I can learn everything that is possible. If not for that reason, I don't think I will be doing Fa at all. But for that reason, because when I was not initiated into Fa, there were certain ceremonies that tell you, because you are not initiated into Fa, you cannot go here, you cannot go there. And I'm a very inquisitive person. I like to know everything. So I decided to get initiated into Fa, so that when that time comes, I can also say, yes, I'm also an initiate of Fa. And because the mirror speaks to me directly more than Fa, I concentrated more on the mirror. But then I have my children who do not have the sixth sense developed like mine. I need to teach them to have another way to be able to do reading. And for this reason also, I have concentrated so much on the Fa, so that my children should learn for tomorrow's sake, that this temple of African Magic Temple can continue. And if they are able to develop their sixth sense very well, and they need to use a mirror, they can use a mirror. But since Afa is more of a mathematical binary system, anybody who can concentrate very well can learn it. And for that, I put my children into it. But then Bokor Bule's father and their family are very good in Afa, because it is a generational thing from their grandfathers and all these things. So we saw that they have a very good way of teaching, so we learn from them too. But that doesn't mean we don't have our things. We were doing our things long before we met them. But we are learning from them. And if we are learning from them, does not mean we don't know anything. If we did not know anything, we couldn't have survived for 20 or 22 years since 1997 in Ghana until now. And I wouldn't have survived for 40 years in this spiritual work, or over 40 years, to be honest. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, you're welcome. I send to you. Very money now. Nigeria. Okay, then you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have some twin festivals, twin ritual to do. So now that you people are back, I have another twins in the house. So we just we set up a day and I will do it. Yes, okay. Mama Fashi is saying, I do understand. I want to learn more about Voodoo. Thank you very much. Yes, that's what I am doing. My shrine is a Voodoo shrine, and you can learn more because I deal with Voodoo. Because for me, my sixth sense is developed, so I hear directly. I hear names, I see locations, and I pinpoint things direct. But my children are not having that gift yet, or even if they have that gift, they have not yet developed it. So I have to teach them some way of divination anyhow. And I found Afa to be very interesting to be used for that reason. That's why somewhere I have totally left my Voodoo readings and everything behind and was concentrating on Fa in order to develop my children. And now, because of Bokor Bullet and his father, I send my children there sometime during summer holidays to learn. And then Bullet was here, he was also teaching them, and now they also are picking it up. So now, if you sometimes you see when we are doing Afa reading, the children are the one who sit down because they need to practice in order to develop. Because everybody else learned from someone. Nobody just came with it. Everyone learned from somebody. So when my children are also learning from Bokor Bullet's father and shrine, now that the father is no more, Bullet he's been a very good teacher to them, and the children are learning. That's what life is all about. You don't say that you know it all. I never said I knew it all. I learned from people when it becomes necessary. That's why I can teach you and you can understand. Okay, change it. Let's see the Facebook if we don't have much. And then Caddy Fisher, I say wisdom. Thank you very much, Caddy Fisher. I'm very grateful. And then J. Boki, what system of reading that you do you feel is more detailed and gives deeper important info? Oh, J. Boki, it depends. For me, it is a mirror and this. And if you are in front of me and I'm using the mirror to do a reading for you, you feel as if I was in your home, as if I was following you every day around. Because the mirror will mention people's names. Mirror will mention events that had happened. Mirror will mention locations. And it's sometimes very precise, and you will be surprised that but you don't know me. How come you know about this? That's what the mirror does. And the same thing happens to Akain and Tobe Jokpata and all the other Vodus that I have inside my shrine. But then it's not always that people are in front of me. People are outside and they want the reading to be done. And then we have now developed, and this development was also from this shrine, whereby we are using the technology to let people speak onto the money, and then we put the money into the Afa oracle and let the oracle go around and then pick the information that needed to be told to the people. So that is why we are developing that so that people can easily do. The mirror also, you don't in this the usually has to do the mirror does not talk, does not need to say anything. They only use the money, touch their head, touch their chest and touch their stomach. Without speaking or uttering any word, you drop the money into the mirror, and the mirror will start talking and start telling you things that you only knew. Because I, as a priest, or I, as a who is doing this, I've never met you before. I've never seen you before. You have never met me anywhere before. It may be the first time we are meeting. By just touching your this thing without talking or saying anything, you put it into the mirror, and the mirror will pick all the information and start telling you what is happening in your life. But when someone is far away, even if you send the money that you touch your head and all this thing, it's going to go through exchange at the bureau, where if you send money from the US to me, I cannot get the same amount. I have to collect some money differently, even though it may be equivalent to what you have sent. But I won't be able to put that same mirror that you have, money that you have touched with your fingers, into the mirror. And then we found that afar, we could do that by people speaking, because in afar, you have to speak onto the money before the reading. Whereas in the case of the mirror, your voice or nothing, you don't say anything, you only touch your part of your body with the money, and the mirror picks information and starts saying. So for me, I've become easier in the method of doing a reading from a far place than the mirror. So because people cannot physically send me the mirror, but if people can wait, touch their forehead and their head, their chest, and their stomach, put that very money inside an envelope and post it to me, and it gets to me, or give it to somebody and it gets to me, and I put it into the mirror, I'll get the same information. But since if any other hand touches the money before it gets to me, I cannot get the same information. It is the easier way, is using the fact. I hope I'm making sense to people who wants to know what is going on. And then we have a Joe Buki again. Okay. And then Jay, we thank you, my brother. Blessings to you. Very powerful stuff. I love it. Thank you very much, Jay Buki. And then Martin Kobler. Good afternoon, my lovely brother. I know that our divine helpers and ancestors will create circumstances that shall bring amicable peace, love, and even more productive relationship between you and Bokor. Oh, I don't think we have anything bad. Personally, and honestly, I don't have anything bad. It's not like we had any problem. But only I think people on the Facebook and listen, some have also joined Bokor's shrine on the Facebook, which I have nothing against. Maybe the people are discussing something that I don't know. Honestly speaking, maybe people call and discuss something that I don't know. But myself, and between me and we never had any problem, whether physical or even verbal. No, I don't remember. So whatever is happening, I cannot tell. Honestly speaking, I cannot tell, unless, of course, if Bokor Bullet knows something that I don't know, then that is. So there is nothing like a fight between me and him or whatsoever. I'm not looking at it from that angle. I'm just explaining what is going on. The reason he doesn't come here, he may have a very different reason than what people may say. But anytime I happen to talk with him, he says, "Oh no, Papa, you have not done anything, or we are okay. It's only that I am busy." Finish, and I cannot stop him from being busy, because after all, he also has a family to look after. And if he is working in his shrine and cannot come to my shrine, I cannot force him, because he also set up his shrine to be able to work for people and take care of himself and his family. So it is not my place to force him to come and work with me. And I haven't spoken with him in any way whereby he indicated that there is a problem between me and him. But if those of you who have contact with him, if he says something that I don't know, then that is that. I don't have a problem. I've been working this work long before I met Bokor. And I believe after Bokor is not here, I am the one who introduced Bokor to all of you. If I have had any bad mind or intention, none of you would have known him. I'm the one who introduced Bokor through my African Magic Temple and Revolution to all of you. None of you knew him before me. You knew me, and through me, you all got to know him. And I'm not saying he does not know what he's doing. He knew exactly what he's doing, and he's good in doing what he's doing. So that's why we were collaborating. So if he has other duties or other things to attend to, then that is that. But the only thing that I would feel bad about is if you people who are part of my clientele decides to do things behind without telling me and later coming back to me again, that's what I would not be happy with, honestly speaking. But if you want to deal with me, deal with me. Just like I said earlier, if you deal with African Magic Temple, you are dealing with African Magic Temple. You know the number of African Magic Temple contact numbers. But if you deal with somebody else and anything comes out of it, if you are not very pleasant with it, don't blame African Magic Temple. Say, oh, the person said he's working with you. Just like people who are complaining. Said, can you get those things that they posted on AMT edition and bring it to the screen for people to see what's going on? So I don't want people to say that they are working because they posted or wrote something about that. And then later you or some people decided to contact them, and when they are scammed, then they say, oh, the people are using your page to scam people. Nobody is using my page to scam people. The fact is that I have my page, I have my numbers, I have my contact and everything. So if you decide to deal with someone without dealing with me directly, that is you. I'm not saying the people may not do the good work for you. They may do good work for you, but that's it. It is your benefit. But if they do bad work, nobody should come back and report to me and tell me that people are using your name to scam us. I'm not scamming people in my work. For all these years that I have been doing this work, I have never scammed people in any way. I may do a work for you, and maybe with the time that you are expecting that it should work, it didn't work. That doesn't mean it's a scam. It may be you didn't have a patience to wait for the time. Yeah, it is this ones, yeah. So we are putting something on the DC. You can have a look at it and see what it is. This is what is happening on our site. People are trying to use our page relationship with us. So somehow people leave because on our page means we are not working. If you're working with anyone, we'll let you. Because when we went to this shrine, and all our followers, we were at Bokor Bullet Shrine. When we were at his father's shrine, we made the whole world know that we were at Bokor Bullet's father's shrine. So if someone behind us is contacting you and say they are working with us, I don't know. I'm not working with anyone. But I work with you all. Can you expand that so that we can see?
So we can talk now, please.
Okay, then you have to expand that one a little bit for me. Yeah, so someone said, when I saw your address, African Magic, when I saw your address, African Magic Temple, Accra, Ghana, this same address was given to us by the second person, Dr. Joy. Well, the person which I was inquiring this morning with you, that's Dr. Joy. What? Does the Dr. Joy belong to Vodu, solving problems for people? I'm very sorry, Caroline Tiligaria. I don't know who Dr. Joy is, whether he is solving people's problem or is not solving problem. But definitely, Dr. Joy's spell temple is not working with African Magic Temple. And as you can even see very well from his page, he said Dr. Joy spell temple. He never said, or I've not seen him saying he is working with African Magic Temple. He said, I am Dr. Joy, a magician and a traditional spiritual healer. Do you need spiritual strength to solve your problems, marriage problems, relationship problems? So I think Dr. Joy specifically told you that he is Dr. Joy or she is Dr. Joy, whoever that person is, I will not know. And that he is a magician and a traditional spiritual healer. He or she never mentioned that I am working for African Magic Temple. That's the communication you are having with him. So when I saw your address, African Magic Temple, Accra, this same address was given to us by the second person, Dr. Joy. Okay, I don't, if the person is giving you African Magic Temple's address, but you can also see the way our Magic Temple, magic is spelled. And you see our magic is spelled with M-A-G-I-K, Temple. If Dr. Joy, African Magic Temple, we have African Magic Temple, there's on our page. This will not deceive you or take you away what the reality is. Because if it's African Magic Temple, which is our Magic Temple with the revolution as a part of the African Magic Temple, I don't think there will be any Dr. Joy. We don't know Dr. Joy and we don't work with Dr. Joy. In fact, we are not working with any shrine. If you contact any shrine and you work with them at your own understanding and at your own risk. We have our logo, we have our address, we have our contact numbers. We're not working with anybody. And if anyone working with us told you that they are with us, they must work through us. They don't work behind us. It must be African Magic Temple who is dealing with you and then let someone work for you. If that, apart from that, we are not working with anybody at all. Yeah. So don't confuse yourselves by saying because somebody wrote African Magic Temple and the person gave you a different thing that he is working with us. You have our main address. You have main contact numbers. You should always cross-check and ask us whether this person is with us before you work with them. I'm not saying you don't work with them. You can work with them, but don't blame us and say that people are using our temple or association to scam you people. No, because we don't know them. We don't know them at all. If it's African Magic Temple, you hear me giving you direction, and you have my contact number to cross-check. But if it is not my contact number and you don't hear me talking, you don't hear my children, Senna and Pele talking, then it is not African Magic Temple. I'm very sorry, but that's all it is. Please wear your mask. Everybody should wear their mask. Yes. So I think we will have we will go to all this shrine when the time comes, and those of you who want to interact with him when we are there. Okay, we were on Martin. Good afternoon, my library here. We finished with that. And Kadi, I say I'm waiting for my mirror. Thank you, Kadi. And then replying to Kadi Shamsa, also me too. Yes, everybody wants a mirror. The mirror is a very difficult thing to get back. So long as one person can get it, and I got it, anybody can get it. Then we have a GH bags called Greetings, Tommy. Thank you very much. And then Martin, I say, I hope that it shall be well. Thank you very much for Martin. Very beautiful. Life has challenges, and sometimes when you are not very careful, you mess up your own footpath. It's certain things, and only God knows when it will be well. I think we don't have a. No, those are private questions. This is African Magic Temple. Okay, go back into
I'm trying to get the questions from the African Magic Temple page.
from the African Magic Temple page. Okay. Are people also asking questions from there?
Yes.
Okay. So remove these scammers, their messages, and people who allow themselves to be scammed.
The messages are moving.
You said?
We are moving messages. Please note.
Okay. Then can people hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we are loading messages from our African Magic Temple page. We've been reading about revolution and page, and also from YouTube. Now we are going to the African Magic Temple page itself to also see whether there are questions there for people who are on that to answer the questions from them. Is that all?
Yes, please.
So we have a Hilarious Oba Sabino saying blessings to all. And then we have Eric Bote, blessings to you and family Toby. Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Hilarious. And then Big Sister Ifadara was saying that blessings, grand blessings, Papa and family. Thank you very much, Big Sister Ifadara. Then we are back to Facebook revolution, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, then we get a Akumaning Maxwell. Where is your location, please? Akumaning, the point is that before you come to me, I want to know why you want to come. I don't just give my location to people. I'm on the main road with a small signboard that everybody can locate. But we don't want people coming here and say, I want you to make instant money for me. I want you to do ritual money for me. Or give me power so that I can control people. That's why usually when people call me, I ask them, what do you want to come and do? Why are you looking for our location? People will come to me only when they book an appointment and I am available. I am the one who works at this shrine, not anybody. I ask my children to assist me, but I am the one who sits down and attend to you. So for that reason, I will ask you, what is the purpose you want the location for? For Martin Kobler, is there any limit to the number of vodus that can be set up in a throne, please? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of that. How many vodus can be set up in a throne, or how many shouldn't be set up? I don't have any idea. My thrones that I have, I know what I do, but I don't know about it. Because voodoo is an individual thing. The vodus that I would need may not be with anybody in the world. Maybe people may come to me and then see it and create it, or want to create and give it name. But then the vodus that I have, I am the only one who knows the herbs that go into them. and maybe my teachers who are no more. So I don't know how many vodus are supposed to be in one etro, but the ones that I have, I know how many vodus are in them. Well, I think there's no question on this ones also. You just concentrate on the revolution page and see if there is anything new. There's nothing new. So, okay, please send in your questions and we'll be trying to answer you. In fact, I did not want to use today to speak about anybody's shrine. I am using this to speak about my shrine and what I do here. I think that's what we have been doing all along. And if there is an opportunity for us to visit someone else's shrine, we go there with all respect and try to project and then promote the place to the world to let people know that this is how Vodu is done. But my question and answer section today, until the question of whether why you are not seeing Mokobule came, I never wanted to talk about other people's shrine. We all have our own shrines. My old man's shrine is still in the village, and I haven't gone there for a very long time. The Vodu there in his shrine is almost about 300 years old, and it is still there. And I am in charge, but I haven't been to that for a very long time. I think the last time we were there was a Pakwesi time.
Yes.
When Pakwesi died.
Yes.
Yeah, so I haven't been there for almost a year now, getting to a year, close to a year. I haven't been there, but the Voodoo is there. It's been there for over 300 years. It's still there. When the old man was dying, he put me in charge, but I live very far from that shrine. So the people and when there is a festival to do for the Voodoo, then I join them and try to pray to the Voodoo. And I am also praying that the Voodoo will be able to possess or come upon or mount someone within the family so that they can directly be working with them over there. But until now, for the past 12 years, since the old man died, the Voodoo has not mounted anyone yet and is not able to work with anybody directly except me for now. So we'll see how life goes. Maybe the Voodoo has its own time, and if it's able to mount anybody, then that person will eventually become the person in charge of the Voodoo. I had placed two boys from the village, the old man's grandchildren, to be in charge of the Voodoo. But what happens is that they couldn't survive the work of the Voodoo. It's a little bit too much for them because they were coming from church, and they found it too difficult to be doing to do it. So they are not active as I heard the last time I was there. They are no more active. But we wait for the Voodoo's own time when it is able to mount anyone and be able to select who will be its leader. Then we'll all do the rituals that are necessary to hand over to them. But so far, for now, the old man asked me to be doing it, and I went to the village last time, and they also asked me, am I still not going to take care of the Voodoo? So I have given it to the boys to take care of, but then they said no, I should. I still remain the one to take care of it. So for now, that's how it is. Maybe when some of you come here, I'm going to take the opportunity and drive you all the way to the Volta region to open the old man's grave or tomb, as well as the shrine, so that you can feel the presence of some energies. Yeah, there may not be too much of drumming and singing and all this thing, but there is a lot of power there. There's not much drama in our part of the way we do our voodoo. It's not drama, it's power. Yes. Let's see. I think we are almost 4 o'clock. So I think today's section will not be long because we are not getting questions coming from people. So we may be ending very soon. And then we have Shamba Musa saying, see you soon, Papa. Yes, Shamba, thank you very much. When you come, we'll have opportunity to drive to the old man's grave and then also to see the Togbe Ahobato, the old man's ancestors Vodu that had been there before even he was born. And then for Martin Kobler, how are our old man's Vodus being fed as you don't go there often? Oh, some people are there. It's not like I am not the only one who have to feed the Voodoo. The truth is that the Voodoo had worked for a lot of people for many years, even before I was born. Some people don't come back to say thank you. So once in a while, something happens, and through reading, they realize that they had owed some Voodoo. So they will come to the village and then give out the items that they have pledged and the money that they have pledged. So when they go, my brothers and cousins in the village will open the door, pray to the Voodoo, and then kill the animal for the Voodoo. But that is the work that it has already done. The work that the Voodoo had already done, and people are paying back. But for ourselves to say thank you for keeping the family safe and keeping the whole community safe, that is what we haven't done for almost 5 years. Almost 5 years now. We haven't done that. But we'll be doing it. And when that festival comes, those of you who want to come down, you can join me. I will be there with full power. I'll be there with full power. Yeah, then you will understand that I am also coming from some background. I am not just here and talking as if I don't know what I am doing. I know, and I'm not a novice also in this spiritual path. So when people think that because I'm not working with a Bokor bullet means I don't know anything, it is not true. It is never true and can never be true. Yes, I think that was Caddy Fisher was saying, I don't need drama. I want the power. Yes, Caddy, we are above drama. We are above drama. When you see someone in my shrine possessed, it is a real possession. We don't do drama here. There's no drama here. We don't do drama here. Because I have gone through a lot of studies. I've gone through a lot of spiritual disciplines before finally deciding to become a priest, a full priest in Voodoo. I could have been a yogic or a tantric priest as I was, and still be going on with drama and all these things without any power in it. But my inner self, my essay, wants me to be here, and that's why I left Tokyo, I left Japan, I left India, the Philippines, and all the places that people believe that there were power. I left all those places and I came back home to study again under the feet of my old man, and finally set up my own shrine. I know why I decided to be this. I could have been anything else, but this is what my essay chose for me, and that's what I am doing. And I'm doing it well. And if it is not my portion to do this work, I don't think I would have survived for all these years. So we have drama here, we have power. And those of you who had passed through this ride, if we had drama, you will know. If we are doing things just to these people or to create stories, you will know. Now I have a group of television people coming from the US. They found my page and they saw my videos and all this, and they were interested. And they want to bring certain people in here so that we can do Voodoo and the people participate in it, and then they will take the videos and come and show in the Americas. I try to explain to them that at my shrine, we don't do drama. If the people wants to come and participate, then we have to go through the process of doing a reading, And if we do a reading and then there is a ritual to do for them, we will do the ritual for them accordingly. We are not going to just to create something for television and they will take away. If they are not interested in that, I am not interested in being on television. I've been on all kind of televisions around the world already. And sometimes people want to get drama, just like how people go to Vodu Festival in Benin, where people put all kind of electronic things inside puppets and this thing, and the things started acting or be movement, and people believe that that is Voodoo who is moving. I don't do that at my shrine. I am a professional international illusionist. I have performed magic in Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Japan, and India itself, and other parts of the world as a professional magician. But you will never come into my shrine, of Voodoo shrine, African Magic Temple, and you see me using magical or illusionary tricks to entice you, to make you to think I have power. If I have power, I'll demonstrate it to you as real as it is. I don't use tricks here. I don't use tricks here because I know about magical entertainment or magic as entertainment. And I also know magic as spiritual power. There are two different things. If you ask my children, they will tell you because I have exposed them to all this so they know what is the straight path to follow. If you want to entertain people, don't misuse it or don't make people to think that that entertainment is power. And if you are doing Voodoo as this thing, and make people to understand that this is not entertainment, this is power. They should know. So this is how I have separated my work. I don't do anything to fool people. I don't do that. You will not find that even people know we are magicians, but you don't come to our shrine and we are doing magic to confuse you. If we want to explain something to entertain you and tell you this is how magic works, this is magic, yes, we will tell you this is magic and this is not Voodoo. We will explain it to you. But a lot of people do not know what is the difference between entertainment magic and spiritual power. And that's why people are being scammed everywhere. I don't do that. At my shrine, I will not do that. And I warn my children never to use entertainment magic as power to fool people. And I believe my children would never do that. We didn't learn it that way. We learn entertainment as entertainment, just like somebody who plays football or soccer. That's how we learned it. And we learn Voodoo as a Voodoo. Because when the Abochi, the mirror, start talking now, it has nothing to do with entertainment. It's just telling you point by point and point. And that's why we will not demonstrate any power or anything to you. When what we teach you or taught you start to work, you yourself, you will realize that you have been somewhere. That's how we work. Yes, are we done with this? Check another place. I think it's 5 minutes to 4 p.m.
Yes.
That time. If there is not much to do, we will just close today because I'm not getting any question. And I don't want to be talking about something that I am not interested in talking about.
That's all.
Okay. You can bring the camera back to me. Okay, thank you very much, our fans around the world. We are thanking you all for joining us this afternoon in African Magic Temple, Accra. We were transmitting on Revolution question and answer session live streaming. And we thank you all for sending in your questions and your inquiries to know what's going on with me and my junior brother Bullet. as I said earlier, there isn't anything that I am really aware of, unless, of course, what you people are aware of. If you know anything, you can let me know, either openly or behind the camera, whichever. But I personally do not know what is going on yet. And I thank you all for joining us. We remain African Magic Temple, and I remain the Revolution question and answer session of the Real Voodoo education. We are educating people about voodoo. That's what we are doing. And okay. So I was explaining that we are African Magic Temple and we remain African Magic Temple. We have our contacts on our pages and our website. If you contact somebody else by saying that you thought by working with us, it's your own mistake. Nobody is working with us and we are not working with anybody. We are African Magic Temple. We are enough to work for ourselves. We don't sublet our work to anybody. If we do, we will let you know that we are subletting your work to somebody because we are either too busy or this work, we cannot do it, or maybe the voodoo that you are supposed to work with, we don't have that kind of voodoo at our shrine. We will be very plain and straightforward with you. For us, for now, we are not working with anybody, and nobody is working for us or on our behalf. And there is no one on our page who works for us. If the people are going to work for us, it will be me and my children. There is nobody who is working for us. So please, if you get anybody promising or telling you that, oh, they work for African Magic Temple so they can work with you, if you do, you are doing it at your own risk. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, please don't come and complain to me, because I am just telling you straight. We have our telephone numbers, we have our contact numbers, we have our logo, and we have our everything. All the things that we have done so far, our videos and everything, and this live streaming, all have been there. So if you see someone who say they are working with us and you don't see them among us, and they say they are working with us, please do a double cross-checking and ask us whether we are working with this person or not. Then we can confirm. But so far, I am saying it and saying it again categorically that we are not working with anybody and nobody is working for us. Thank you very much, everybody. They say a word to a wise is enough. Oh, ago, maga, mando, zito, maga, sobolisa, maga, kitikata, maga, se joto, amenjoto, se enano amelo, se eteno, woman baby, woman baby, and maybe no, we are sending people say atafia. Mayora kakakake, umbugake. Me wa Facebook live, any whoever. La peda, any book, but told you, when you know, when I'm a cadam. Yo, I mean, also, I need to look at the cousin, but she dreaming of having a woman like giving him a Johanna, winning Baman for playing Bamadarica, when you have at the gun. Oh, may your kind, which you kind of your kind, what kind of what kind of what kind of your kind. I don't like about you, if you tell something that you, I mean, the Hobabu, Akakwak, when you're Zango, play, if you recommend your job at Jomaku. For come for the management for a don't be quarter from a job when you try a module to I'm quite a bit with you, but over your two play you want to pay a car. Chopata after your Bobajo, in Jopata Fiero, Chopata. Patron and Bedamolo, a Fago lady, Chopata and I finish Chopata, Jopata, and the family of Mr. Body to tell you that I you teach Bolu Achina, or go to Clodo, come. Valentine family, Valley Jonah Tofu, I go Sapata Mayo. ati gari me yo goro me yo rapiti alla fia e me yo abochi sakra kama chwa ba do boko to koli don ko kuma ku wa gbara no gbara to ba no le cho franta mani ofifin ko bisingra o kofi to jamba ku o cho to kofi o cho hen kofi atra me yo ra kable me yo mi ka uno tuji boko tuji to tuji me yo kini yasa ko le bara sibara ana aha agbe ba gbe do agbe mama opiti mbo ada mi na ko ra gbe bira gbe ne ba akai ya wele do ni lo miana me yo pete kwa mi gbere unse no do ba na me dore nge do jina kosra yi me do go mi bochore kosra ne demo ne bumo na gbe mo no bu na mo la me se ne va e do ne va me yo le do ne wo mo ta ko ne do mo no bu kaba ne po sta ne ame yo le soronde mo le ta ko ne soronde de be mo no bu no pota ne ame yo jivi mo pota ne e vidi mo no bu no pota ne ame yo e po do le wo le pe mo le ta ko na do be mo no bu na agbo be mo no bu na ne bu na mi ame yo le African Magic Temple che pe mi a temple che pe mi a ame yo ko kla me pe mi a vi yo la pe le gbe wo ko me ne faro pe abochi ape bo bi le wi do mi